guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Taurus for February 2021. My friends, we are at the end of February, so this message is not necessarily for the month of February, but what Spirit would like to bring through for the month of February. So keep in mind it's a general message. Take what you feel resonates for you on a soul level, disregard the rest, go about your day, and know that no matter what messages do come through, it's still up to you and your active free will, the choices you make, the steps you take, and how you get your fulfillment in this world. And that's awesome because it puts the power at the tips of our fingers and at the soles of our feet, so use that wisely, my friends. Before I also get started, I'm going to just take a moment to call on Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, my team of light, and any of your spirit guides that would be here for our highest good. I'm going to ask them to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible, as well as the most far-reaching, but again, only messages for our highest good. No second-rate messages coming through today. So for all my subscribers, I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here, truthfully. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, if it resonates, please hit subscribe. Join the journey with me. Let me encounter your energy more often. I'd love to have you along this ride. And if you guys like it, give it a thumbs up. Help me circulate. It would be greatly appreciated. So before I get into these cards, I do just want to... I heard peace offering for some of you. I want to, before I get into the tarot, as I meant, before I do that, I want to bring a message from the Magical Unicorns Oracle. And this is by Doreen Virtue. This is the joint deck with my son and I. I absolutely love the messages. They're very, very innocent, I guess is the way I'd put it, but really full of light too. So you get a few cards that fell out. Taurus, you get try something new. You'll only know what you can do if you try. So absolutely, sometimes we tell ourselves that we can't do something because we think that maybe it's a little scary or it's outside of our comfort zone. Just because it's outside of our comfort zone doesn't mean that we can't do it. And when we tell ourselves that we can't do something before we even start doing it, we put energy of negativity towards that. So what I'm feeling like, this is almost like university is what I'm hearing too. Some people are like, I couldn't go to university or I couldn't go to college because, you know, I just don't feel like I'm smart enough. That's not true. It's putting your energy to it. It might take you longer than other people, but it wouldn't mean that you can't do it. It's also like if you were thinking about going for another job, right? You may be looking right now into a different kind of employment, something that you have not yet done. And don't be afraid to fail is what I'm hearing, because at least you tried. Okay? You also get here exercise. Run, walk, swim, or otherwise move your body. This will give you more energy and happiness. What I was feeling and picking up on too is with the try something new. If you have been on a weight loss journey, or if you've been trying the same thing over and over again without results, try something new. You know, do something that you think is fun. It could be dancing, it could be running, it could be swimming. You know, but whatever it is, maybe singing for some of you, not necessarily exercise, but certainly fun, certainly going to put a smile on your face. Try something new. Don't be afraid to fail. And sometimes when we try these new things, it breaks up that plateau or whatever stagnation has been happening. And we also have here thankful. This has been coming up quite a bit as well, this card for all the signs. And I think that it's something like all around right now. It is really important for us to express our gratitude and to be grateful for what we have, not to focus on what we don't have. Especially for a lot of us, I feel like if we're stuck in kind of this place where, you know, we've been in this pandemic a really long time. Some of us are experiencing natural disasters. I know in Texas, you're experiencing weather that is unprecedented and causing a lot of problems, right? People are cold, people don't have any power, and there's this point where it's like, yes, there's bad situations, but what are you thankful about right now? So, you know, this could be lots of different things in our world, but focusing on what we're grateful for. Think about the people and things that make you feel grateful. And I would also say, make sure you express that. Express those things to them. They're telling me to look at the bottom of the card, and the bottom is, no matter what, your mother and father love you as much as you can. This, I feel like, as well could be even you as a parent, not necessarily your parents, although definitely could be, to know that, you know, your parents are always going to love you. And what I like about this card is it talks about as much as they can. Many of us may have felt like we come from either a broken home or a place where we weren't really shown the love and affection we thought we needed or we deserved. That doesn't mean they don't love you. It just means that maybe they show it in different ways, okay? So for a lot of us as well, growing up, we may not have heard those words, I love you, but it may have been done in acts of service. As well as what I'm hearing, some of our parents may have worked so hard that they weren't always there for us when we needed to. What I heard is confide and possibly confront your parents. This doesn't have to be a confrontational kind of thing, but just talk to them, right? And I feel like as well as this may even mean, show some gratitude. It was, especially if you're parents now, it's not easy to raise kids, right? It's a little bit difficult. I know for myself, and this is not about me, but having kids kind of made me understand my parents just a little bit more. But there's love from your parents. I feel like this is all around family too, like within a family dynamic. But it could be, again, you as a parent, needing to kind of look and go, okay, what was it I needed as a kid? Can I see something that maybe I can work on with my own kids? Is there something that I feel like I could better myself about? And is there needs that my kids have that I could work harder to fulfill? And this could be this, try something new. If we've continually tried to fix a problem in the same way, and like I said earlier, it's not getting anywhere, change it, right? I've heard as well, change the structure up a little bit. Get out and do stuff with your kids, get out and do stuff with your loved ones, your family, even by yourself. Get out, go for a walk, go for a run. Get out into nature, because this can completely change your perspective on everything. As well as when we get out into nature, I feel like, especially those of us who are nature lovers, it really shows us just how grateful we are to be on this earth, to be on this planet, and to be able to see and explore so many beautiful things. So also underneath love your parents was healer. You have hello and goodbye, but it's in the reverse. It says you'll soon see that this change will make things better. You have the power to help and heal others. And this is very true. I feel like some of you may know that you're healers. Some of you may know that you heard light worker. Some of you may be Reiki. Some of you, it may be lots of different things. I even heard Qigong, if any of you are interested in that. There's a lot of different traditional Chinese medicines as well. But what I am picking up with this is that this may even be just your presence. Your presence around people. You might do absolutely nothing. You may not be necessarily energy healing, but your vibe, your aura, the energy exchange is actually helping to heal people. So what I'm feeling about this is, while we're being encouraged to socially distance yourselves from other people and trying to keep our loved ones safe and ourselves and our family safe, this also says, reach out. Your energy can touch people in ways. Social media is one of them, where somebody may feel down and out, and you even leave a comment that makes them smile. So if you resonate with that, if you feel like you're drawn to other healing techniques, go for it. Try something new, right? For some of you as well, what I heard is, if you've been going through, could be mental health issues or some sort of physical ailment, try something new, right? It may even be like alternate healing methods. So I'm going to ask one more card, please, Spirit, for Taurus. Okay, so you got a few. You got creative, draw, paint, think, and act in creative ways. And when we try new things, this is also going to spark new creativity as well. It's okay to be different, and oh yes it is, because if everyone was the same, right, you would blend in and you would be lost. There's this silly meme, again, it's Facebook, but it was saying, if any of you have played Tetris, you know that when you make the full line, you disappear, right? When you fit in, you disappear. You don't need to be like anyone else. You're perfect just as you are. So knowing that you're perfect, that even if there's things about you that you wish that you could change, you are a perfect child of the universe, just as you are supposed to be in the here and the now. And there may be experiences that you need to go through. There may be things that I heard that you may need to withdraw yourself from. There may be things that you need to heal from. But you're still perfect as you are, and your differences is what makes this universe and what makes this planet fun to be on. Like I said, if we were all the same, we'd disappear, and none of us want to be mindless robots, right? So just let go of stress was also the card that came out. Don't take on other people's stress. Breathe it out for now. And that's super, super important. It's okay to be different. They want me to show you the bottom, which is curiosity. Start a project related to something you're curious about, which again to me is try something new. But letting go of stress. So one of the things as well is this may be you as well needing to kind of heal yourself. If you've been extra stressed, if you've had a lot of extra things on your plate, a lot of extra responsibilities, take a few moments every day to do something for you. You know, whether it's half an hour, whether it's a bath, it could be meditation. But I feel like it's really important that if you feel like you're super, super tightly wound, to get that stress level under control. For some of you, I heard, try less coffee. I know it's hard, okay? I know it's really difficult. I myself love coffee. It's bad in my gut. I get acid reflux really, really bad, and then I get it all healed up sort of, and I don't have acid reflux for a while, and I'm like, oh yeah, coffee, and then I overdo it, and it makes me sick. If any of you can agree with that or understand that, it's like, it's kind of a self-sabotage thing. It's caffeine. Problem with it though is that when we don't have it, if we release that need for it, yeah, you're going to be tired for a couple mornings, but eventually you're not going to need it anymore because your body's released its dependency. And actually, too much caffeine can put us in like this hyper vigilant state all the time, right? You see people like bouncing around. Maybe you could use less caffeine, less chocolate, whatever it is. This is also going to add to your stress. So this healing could also be about, you know, finding ways that you can heal yourself, heal your body, and release, I heard, like any dependencies on caffeine or something like that, okay, whatever it is, and get enough exercise, because you're going to find that as you exercise, as your body's feeling better, you're going to less and less crave the things that are harmful to you, but also the more you exercise, the less stress you're going to have. It's really, really great for your mental health. Exercising releases, I think it's serotonin into our body and makes us kind of feel better and happier. So if you're stressed to the max, take a few minutes, get a walk, go outside, do something that makes you feel alive, that makes you feel good about yourself, and that gets your body moving. For some of you as well, what I heard is like bodybuilding or like pumping iron, but like using weights, getting it, or even just getting a good sweat on. So for some of you, if you do work out regularly, you know, you almost crave it, right? It almost gets to a point where if you have not worked out, or if you haven't had a good sweat session, but apparently dirtiness is on my brain. Some of it may be that, right? If you're not getting enough exercise other ways, exercise may work, whatever works for you. That's also a really great stress reliever. So be willing to try something different. I'm going to ask a message now from the Archangel Gabriel Oracle and see what energy is supporting you right now. You get nurture yourself. Not surprising, right? Not surprising that nurture yourself is coming up here when everything here is going, you know what, be creative, healing, exercise, letting go of stress, nurture yourself. So this could be making sure you get a really good breakfast in the morning. It could be making sure that, I heard even meal prepping, so that you know you have healthy things to go towards and you're not going to be reaching for a sugary snack or something that you know you shouldn't have, as well as nurturing yourself says investing time in self-care now will yield more energy later. That's these exercises. And what I'm hearing about the self-care thing is self-care sometimes means forcing ourselves to do something we don't necessarily want to do, but it's going to be really good for us. So I like Autumn Calabrese in the 21-Day Fix. It's a Beachbody program. This is not a plug for it, but one thing that she says is you need to be stronger than your excuses. And that hits me hard because I can make excuses like none other, right? I can find a lot of different excuses why I'm not going to do something. And it's like taking accountability for yourself to say, you know what, you can be stronger than your excuses. You can be stronger than all of the reasons and doubt that you give yourself. Just believe in yourself a little bit. And to me, this is what it's saying. Be stronger than your excuses on to everything. Why maybe we need to have too much coffee. Be stronger than your excuses on why we can't try something new, right? Nurturing yourself could be, she's putting her hand away too, especially with this letting go of stress. It could be, you know what, I got enough on my plate right now. I need to focus on me, need to get my work done, my stuff done, focus on my family. And it doesn't mean we don't love other people, but it means that we need to put priorities at home in our own bodies first. So Spirit, what else would you have that's supporting us? We get gratitude, which is very similar here to being thankful. And that's pretty awesome because these are two very, very similar cards. You attract more blessings when you appreciate your current blessings. Why is that? Because we're raising our vibrations, right? Because when we see things that we can be thankful for, we've already switched our mentality from that of lack to gratitude. And when we have that mentality of gratitude, we will see more things to be grateful for. It doesn't have to be Thursday to be thankful, okay? But definitely you could write down like a daily list of 3 different things that you're thankful for each day. If you catch yourself getting into sort of a negative rut as well, really make that a daily routine, even for self-care. What are we grateful for? We have vision board. Create a board with images and words that inspire you. So get creative, right? Some of this may be draw, paint, right? Pick, cut and paste from magazines, you know, whatever you feel like you need to do, but to create something that makes you remember what your goals are. This may even be, like I heard, like a bucket list with try something new. What are some things you've never done but you think you might like to, right? What is your post-COVID bucket list? What is your now bucket list? And we also have here, let go. Release the desire to control the situation and leave it up to God's infinite wisdom to resolve everything beautifully. So this is hard but important, right? That no matter what we're going through, it's similar to this try something new. A lot of us want to have this hold on control onto, well, I want to make sure that everything is planned out step by step. And sometimes that's good. Sometimes the universe is like, well, nice try, but we have a different thing in store for you. The universe will throw curveballs at you and see how you handle it. Can you catch it, right? And how do you bounce back after you failed? Just surrendering is what I heard. Being in a state of gratitude and taking care of yourself and working towards your goals and remembering to be who you are. It's perfectly awesome to be different. I'm hearing as well, if many of you are natural intuitive healers, you may have had people around you who doubt that, who try and tell you that's not really a good or a viable, I heard, occupation for some of you if you're thinking about getting into the healing field professionally. Some of you, it may be like a doctor. And it's funny though, right? Where if we were going to be a medical doctor, people are like, oh, good for you. You're like, well, I'm actually like a metaphysical healer. And then there'd be people who are really supportive, and there's people who are not going to support you. But this has to be a point where we've healed within ourselves enough that we don't give a crap if they support us or not, because it's what we feel is right for us. Keeping in mind being grateful and letting go of the stress. I think that is really awesome, and it's a good reminder to breathe, right? Well, sometimes, especially if you are a parent, if your kids are going crazy and, you know, you get overwhelmed, we may yell, and this is where it's like, breathe it out, right? Is it worth yelling? Probably not. Your throat's going to hurt, excuse me. And it's not really going to change the situation any. So finding ways to go about it as well that are different. But definitely releasing your stress, letting go of the control of the situation, and keep going. I just want to show you, I hit keep going, and then underneath was blocks lifted and success. So whatever you're doing, whatever this vision board is, it's going to be successful. The blocks, it says previous obstacles came from fear and they are now being lifted. So the more you focus on nurturing yourself and doing the things that are good for you and using your energy of any disappointments to fuel your creative project with authentic emotion, the more you're attracting what is actually right for you, and you're going to succeed. So that's actually really beautiful energy. So I'm going to bring some messages now. I have the Steampunk Tarot, just to get some tarot wisdom, please, for Taurus. Thank you. So 3 cards came out. The first is Temperance. I heard first you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, but this I feel like is bringing balance finally into your world. Letting go of stress, right? Healing those things that need to be healed and trying new things, right? Not being stagnant. I feel like bringing balance into everything into your world right now is the most beneficial. You have the 5 of Swords in the reverse, which is pretty awesome that it's in the reverse, because it means that you're no longer confused about which direction to go. You're not allowing people as well to confuse you. You're not allowing people to browbeat you, is what I heard here. Because this picture, it speaks so many words. We've all heard the nail in the coffin. Well, you know what? This person's dead in their coffin, and they're still shoving swords in there. The person right here is like, no, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore, and handing it back. And the other one is very diligently doing their job. And this to me says, question everything. You do not have to do things that make you feel bad. And if other people are pushing you towards other goals or to do things that you know in your heart is not right, you don't have to do that. You have free will, my friends. So I feel like this is a really good thing, because finding victory is what I heard in finding balance and knowing what our truth is, and not having to worry about being confrontational if other people don't agree with our truth. You also have the King here of Wands. So this could be a fire sign, a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. But I think that this is you in high vibration, in high doing vibration, and going after what you want. That's your active free will, my friends. And this is a very, very passionate energy as well. It could also be a Sag in your world. It could be like a work relationship, I heard. But that's just for some of you. This, I definitely feel like this King of Wands is like, we've brought balance in. We're no longer confused. And he's very creative. He's very passionate. He's very persuasive as well, as what I heard. So for some of you with this vision board, I heard boardroom. Some of you may have some really interesting ideas to pitch towards board, and know that you got this, my friends. Let's find out some clarity. Tell me what this King of Wands is doing, please. What's this King of Wands doing? So, this King of Wands, we have a few different cards. 3 are in the reverse and 1 is upright. So the one that's upright is the Star. This could be an Aquarius. We just came out of Aquarius season, so this could be even talking about a situation that's happened, you know, in the last month or so. But this, I feel like, there's been a lot of healing done. Or wish fulfillment. And what's awesome with this wish fulfillment, at the tip of her fingers. It's in the palm of her hands, right? She's got the power to make those wishes come true. The 3 that are in the reverse are the Lovers. This could be a Gemini. You have the Ace of Swords, which also could be an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You have the Knight of Wands in the reverse, Leo, Aries, or Sag, fire sign. You could be, what I'm hearing is the Lovers, the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Wands. That's what this is, this 5 of Wands in the reverse. At one point we may have been confused. We may not have known which direction that we wanted to take. We may have been hurt before with the Lovers in the reverse. We may have been, I heard, like in that kind of codependent relationship where it's not feeling like it's 2 equals. It's also like you may have lost yourself. Hopefully that's not resonating, but if it did, don't be ashamed. It's healing, right? There is, I want to find out why they're in the reverse. Why are you guys on the reverse? So 2 came in, we got the Tower, changes, and the 7 of Cups. I feel like they also came out in reverse, but I feel like what this tells me is that we're putting off making the changes that are right for us because maybe we've been confused about our actual heart's desires. We've had to take time to sit back and go, what do I actually want? I think as well, I heard like change is irrevocable. That once this change happens, we can't go back to the way it was before. So there may also be a delay in making changes, a delay in going after your heart's desire, because you know that you need to heal first, but I also think that you need to do some healing before you can even know what is right for your soul. So the Lovers here, I'm going to read them now in the upright. I feel like maybe some blocks to a new understanding here. This could be a new communication, a new idea, a new understanding of what love actually is, because the Lovers, other than being the card for Gemini, is also a choice in love. So there is also, to make this choice, we have to have a clear head. We have to have new ways of thinking. Try something new, right? Also, I feel like in terms of if our stress level's been high, our relationships may look like they're going to hell in a handbasket is the word I'm hearing. And it's because we may not actually be completely stable in our mental space. We could also have someone in our midst or in our world who is not stable and who is constantly like kind of hot and cold, flip-floppy, and this is causing us to have a real hard time actually getting an understanding of what they want from us. And when people are wishy-washy with us and we know what we want with them but they don't know what they want with us, it really toys with your heart. And this could be why with this Knight of Wands it's in the reverse as well, because we're not moving forward. There is definitely a stalemate at this point, but I think it's because you need to heal and find balance within yourself before you can move forward, right? And that, some of you, I heard you could even be healing from a past relationship, healing from either the Sag or the fire sign that's really picking up here. And you could even be still with this person, and knowing that a change needs to come, but you want to make sure that it's right and from the heart. They keep showing me again, let go of stress, right? Let go of the stress. Try something new. For some of you, this may literally be try a new partner, right? Whoever you've been with, if they're the ones causing you stress, and if it's undue, for sure, you're not stuck in this, right? I almost heard you're not married, so maybe some of you aren't, maybe you are, but it just, even because of all that things, even if you are married, it doesn't mean, or in a very committed relationship, commitment takes two people working together to create changes. And if one of you is doing all the work, change isn't really going to come. It'll come on your end, but it'll help you see the more you release the past, the more you let go of the control, the more you heal, things that no longer are acceptable for you or things that cross your boundaries, they're going to start to show themselves a little bit more. So the bottom of the deck is we have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. And this is normally about being left out in the cold. This is upside down going, no, we're not left out in the cold. Even if somebody leaves us, it's no longer about feeling in lack. It's about, well, that wasn't meant for me. It's time for a new adventure. So I'm going to pull one last card from the Wisdom of the Tree. Was it the Wisdom of the Tree? Yeah, the Wisdom of the Trees Oracle. And see what messages Spirit would have towards you going further here. You get the Montezuma Cypress. This, to me, reminds me of, if any of you guys play, oh gosh, now I can't remember the name of it. It's got a frog in it, Zuma. For any of you, if you've ever played Zuma, it's kind of addictive, but that's what it's reminding me of. So let's find the Montezuma Cypress. I opened right up into it. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a reading here. Sorry about the glare, guys. It's about solidity. And I think this is really awesome because it's solidity within yourself. So the mantra is, I grow at the meeting point between the land and the water, and I teach you that you need a balance between the material and spiritual worlds to survive. I am solid and strong, and I can give you that same sense of solidity. This is a swamp cypress, which also grows along the margins of lakes and rivers, yet some of the oldest members of its species are now growing in arid conditions, suggesting that their land was much wetter. For example, it is called El Arbol del Tul. Sorry if I messed that up. It grows in the grounds of the church Santa Maria del Tul in Mexico, standing on what is thought to have been an ancient Aztec site of worship. The Aztecs used this tree resin to treat gout and skin conditions, and as a decoration of its bark was drunk deconcoction, of its bark was drunk as a diuretic. So the right way up here, are you feeling bogged down by worries and difficulties? Maybe a little bit, maybe a little bit, maybe a little bit. Learn to focus your attention on whatever is most important to you or the situation, and don't dilute your power by concentrating on trivial matters. And in the reverse, it says, current dilemmas won't be solved until you are able to stand firm and know your own mind. Continually changing your plans and keeping your options open for fear of making the wrong decisions will only confuse you further. So stay solid and true to who you are. And a lot of this stuff is going to be like, nurture yourself, take care of yourself, get the exercise you need, go to healers if you need it, heal yourself. Some of you, even if you want, there's a lot of Reiki channels, light language, things like that, all on YouTube. I myself subscribe to a Reiki channel called Blended Insights, if you haven't been able to find any other ones. But there's a lot of different stuff, and it's all with our intention. If we're open and willing to receive it, it can really create a brand new way of thinking. And I feel like even here, reduce the mental space and give you guys a little bit of clarity so that you can go after what you want, and you can create, I heard, like a stress-free life, one that is founded as well with passion here, with this Knight of Wands and the King of Wands. But they're saying to me, you have to be different. You have to dare to be different and be solid and true to who you are. That's the message I have. I love you all. I hope it resonated, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.